Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you, everyone, for being here today at the beautiful Briar Bush Nature Center. My name is Liz Fitzgerald, and I am the Special Assistant to the Township Manager for Public Affairs and also the Library Director. I'm just really happy to have everyone here today, and I want to thank everyone who is here in attendance, behind the camera, and then also everyone here behind me. Thank you so much for being here. We truly could not have done the wonderful upgrades, renovations, without all of you. So thank you for your support. I also do want to note that inside we have the Active Academy is here with their on-the-go, the coffee. So at some point before you leave, just pop in and grab a coffee from our students from the high school. So before I hand the microphone over, I just want to say a few notes about how beautiful this space truly is. Briar Bush Nature Center is a gem. We are so fortunate to have this here in Abington Township. It is a gorgeous, ethereal, wonderful oasis here in the township, and I know that everyone here realizes that, and we're just so lucky to have this space here as a part of Abington. We have here, it's 12.5 acres of space here in the Nature Center with more than a mile of trails. There is a museum, a bird observatory, nature playscape, a butterfly house, and so much more. Now, this project that we're here doing a ribbon cutting for and celebrating represents 10 years, a full decade of planning and execution. It has been expansive and transformative to this space. There have been improvements to the streetscape, improvements in safety, signage, a rain garden, a native garden that's been added. There have been ADA accessible trails and sidewalks that have been added throughout, making Briar Bush accessible to everyone. There's a new butterfly house, and the space that we're all gathering in here today, new gathering spaces. And it really has just done so much to improve the space, and I want to thank everyone again for all of your work on this project. We have received more than $90,000 from the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources that went to this project, $30,000 from the Friends of Briar Bush, and all of the work that was done here was done by Abington Township employees, and it was over $170,000 of labor and equipment from the township. So I'd like to introduce, from the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, Danielle Gutman. Thank you, Danielle, for all of your work on this, and to the DCNR for the support.
Hi everyone, my name is Danielle Gutman, as just mentioned, and I work for DCNR within the Bureau of Recreation and Conservation. I work as a regional advisor, so I cover Chester and Montgomery counties. I think the two best counties in Pennsylvania, right?
Yes.
I first want to say thank you to Briar Bush and Abington Township for inviting me to speak on this wonderful project. I'm going to keep it brief because I know there's quite a few speakers here and I want to listen to them as well. So at DCNR, we strive to be a leader in establishing partnerships for advancing conservation, stewardship, enhancement, and access to Pennsylvania's natural and heritage resources, and for providing inclusive recreational opportunities for all. These goals are made possible thanks to municipalities and partners such as Abington and Briar Bush Nature Center, who work hard to make sure that these natural areas are kept protected and improved upon to make them inclusive and accessible for everybody. Local parks are where most recreation occur, and they're where most people get to experience the outdoors, and I think we all know the importance of getting out in nature and being surrounded by trees and looking at the birds. Abington Township, where we are today, is also the second most densely populated municipality in Montgomery County. So having a space like Briar Bush available to visitors and the people who live here is really crucial in overall health. For over 100 years, this land has been a nature refuge where people have been able to learn about the natural world and gain confidence moving within it. A few years ago, DCNR was able to fund the Master Site Development Plan of Briar Bush, and we are thrilled to be able to fund the development of Phase 1. We love to fund a plan that helps create shovel-ready projects, and I think this is a perfect example of that. This Phase 1 project had many important and needed elements, such as addressing safety, things like stormwater management, and accessibility, which were all aimed at improving visitors' general connection to nature. These improvements have made visitors feel safe, welcome, and comfortable exploring all that nature has to offer. Places and opportunities like this also make visitors feel more confident in nature, which I think in turn has positive effects on daily lives. So DCNR is proud to have been able to make this project a reality, and we're excited to continue working in the future. So congrats again to Briar Bush Nature Center and Abington Township on this successful and meaningful project. Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle. As Danielle mentioned, there are quite a few people here today who have joined us to speak, and I think that really says a lot about Briar Bush and about what a special place this is, that we have so many folks who have taken time out of their day to be here with us today. And I would like to thank Congresswoman Madeline Dean for making time to be here today with us, and I'd like to invite her just to say a few words.
Thank you. I will be brief. This is the podium for tall people, or I'm exceedingly short. It might be the second. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you to the leadership here of Briar Bush, the Friends of Briar Bush, and the leadership of Abington Township, who have committed themselves to making sure that Briar Bush continues to be all that it can possibly be for our community, for our children. It was so wonderful to see those children coming by, and it takes me back. I was a young mom once, back in the 90s, when my 3 sons and I would come here, and we had such a good time exploring, walking around, observing nature, looking for critters and creatures, listening to birds and butterflies, and so I loved it. And I have to put in a plug for my dear friend, my childhood friend, Mary Casson-Rood, who worked here for many, many years before moving to Florida and working at a similar oasis there. So I'm long an admirer of Briar Bush and Abington Township as a Glenside girl myself. So it's neat for me to be here. And Liz, as you said, you think it's good that I took the time. I'm delighted to be here. I just came from 4 weeks in Washington. This is a happy, happy day for me and for my team to be here. And what I do want to celebrate also is what you've done, what your vision is, what you've done, accessibility, making sure more and more people can have access to nature and to all the beauty that is around us right here in Montgomery County is something to be celebrated. I also want to celebrate the fact that look at the partnerships here. It's state, local, county, and federal. I'm here as a partner of yours, though I want to be very clear, no federal dollars are part of this project, but we have had the chance to put forward about $2.5 million in federal monies for other parks in Abington Township. So we're happy to continue to do that. I don't want to take any credit for this other than my enthusiasm. What I do want to end with is just the notion of keep going. Abington and Briar Bush, keep going, making places like this accessible to all and inviting people in who might otherwise not even think about coming to such a place. People who drive by here every single day. So the more that we can shout out the talent, the beauty, and the importance that is here, and that the investment that is here, the better off we'll be. And now I promise to come back with my 6 grandchildren, if you don't mind.
Please.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Thank you.
I would next like to invite up another friend of Abington Township and a friend of Briar Bush Nature Center, State Senator Art Haywood.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So thank you for inviting me. This is obviously an amazing project, amazing activity to be part of. Ben Sanchez and I do all we can to bring state resources to the district, and this is just another fantastic way that we can see the results of it. I certainly want to thank Governor Shapiro, for whom all of this is also made possible. And we in the state is still committed. You may see a bunch of other people who may not be committed on television, but we are still committed to this community, still committed to the environment, still committed to addressing climate change. A couple other things I wanted to share. My chief district director is Jordan DeVito. She told me to mention that Amelia, her daughter, loves Magic Morning. Loves Magic Morning. Now, you saw some of the children who were participating in Magic Morning going on the trail. She also wanted me to let you know that her, Amelia's grandmother, loves Magic Morning. They love seeing the animals going on the trails. They are fantastic. My first visit here was when we had the exercise of name the poop. And so I was not very successful in that, but it's a fantastic way to see the range of animals from a different perspective. I certainly wanted to thank the Briar Bush Center for their work outside of this location. We have a back-to-school festival in Germantown, a high poverty, high density part of my state senate district. And they have agreed to come to this back-to-school festival and share this outside experience, bring some small animals so that our young people who are not here can still participate in this fantastic center. So I want to thank everyone so much, and that's all I got.
Thank you, Senator Haywood. I'm next going to invite up State Representative Ben Sanchez, who, when I asked him if he, how often he's come here, he said, well, just for the past 50 years. So, Ben.
Thank you, Liz, and good morning, everyone. And yes, it's, I guess, how long has Briar Bush been around? 'Cause,
well, as a Abington Park since 1962.
1962, so I probably got my start here around 1975 when my mother would bring me here as a baby and then as a young boy, and through Boy Scouts and all of the great stuff. And I too, like Congresswoman Dean, bring my children here now. So we're not at the grandparent stage yet, but someday, yes, we'll get there. So it's just a clear sign this place has meant so much to our community for so many generations, and today marks an important step forward in making it more welcoming, more accessible, and even more impactful. These improvements go beyond beautification. They help create a space where people of all abilities can connect with nature, learn, and explore. Renovations like this reflect years of thoughtful planning, community input, and good government in action. As an elected official, and I'm sure my other elected officials and government partners and all the volunteers here, one of the most rewarding parts of the job is to help bring funding back and do community projects like this. And it was very proud to work with my colleagues in the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources to help secure the grants that helped make this possible. And the project's a shining example of what happens when local governments, state agencies, and dedicated community organizations like the incredible Friends of Briar Bush come together for the public good. Whether it's a school field trip, a family weekend outing, or a peaceful walk along the trails, Briar Bush is a true community treasure. And thanks to these upgrades, this beloved nature center will continue to educate, inspire, and connect us with the natural world for years to come. Congratulations to everyone who made today possible, and thank you for all that you do. I look forward to seeing the continued growth of this incredible space and the lasting effect it will have on future generations. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Sanchez. So when we were planning this event with the Briar Bush staff, said, well, who are we going to have from the township come and speak? And they were insistent that while they do love all of the commissioners here in Abington Township, they would not have this event happen without Commissioner Lori Schreiber. So, Lori.
Hello, everybody. This is my very favorite place in my ward, I have to say. I'm so honored to be here. I, like everybody else, have many memories, and I had forgotten about Name the Poop. So I played that game too. So I've had a lot of different memories here with the Briar Bush staff from the planning of this, which I didn't realize until I heard today. It was 10 years ago that we had those planning meetings. I didn't remember. I knew it was a long time ago, but there was like breakout groups and we did a lot of work on what was needed, and now seeing it, it's just so beautiful here, standing up in that little building there and looking out down the trail. You know, you can just see all the improvements and how much that's going to help people. I have personal memories of bringing my family here. We had a family party and we drove over here, and it was 4 generations. So it was my mother, who was probably around 90 at the time, to, you know, me, my siblings, my nieces, and my niece's children. So it was 4 generations here. And if I had known that these improvements could have been, you know, had occurred sooner, I guess, and my mother could have maybe made it to more places on here, she would have loved that. So I'm very happy to be here. I want to, you know, just say this is the best staff that works here, a beautiful place, and I don't know who will eventually look at these videos, but I hope that if you have not been here, that you get to the chance to be here, because it's truly a magnificent place. So thank you for the time.
Thank you, Commissioner Schreiber. And now I would like to invite up a commissioner who was so effusive in his joy when he found out that he would be able to speak today. It was really lovely to know how much Commissioner Spiegelman loves Briar Bush. So please.
That was an introduction. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here. This is Ward 14, my dear friend Commissioner Schreiber's ward, but Briar Bush always feels like home to me. We live right across the street, and this is a place where my daughter, who, like Jordan's daughter, is named Amelia, she's now 22, she basically grew up here. All the day programs and the summer camps, can't tell you how many birthday parties we had for her here, or that she attended here. This is very much like home, and this is truly a place for everyone in Abington. What we're celebrating today is a testament to an unbelievable set of partnerships. Obviously, this, you know, our state electeds and DCNR, the township's contribution, and Friends of Briar Bush. Much like Briar Bush itself, which, you know, some decades ago was a private estate, private estate of the Griscom family. It's sort of the ultimate, you know, public-private partnership, because so many different resources have gone into making Briar Bush what it is today, and these upgrades are absolutely transformative. All of them, particularly accessibility. Accessibility, no one ever sees accessibility as a profit center. Accessibility is a moral obligation, and it is one that Briar Bush has now met beautifully to make this truly a space for everyone in our community and beyond. This is exactly what the public sector and the government sector is supposed to be doing. Just like, you know, funding police and picking up the trash and keeping the lights on in our local municipalities. This is also an essential function of all levels of government working together. So don't ever let anybody tell you that good governance and responsible government doesn't matter. It absolutely does, and this is such a testament to that. Thank you, Briar Bush. Thank you, Liz. And enjoy this wonderful day and this wonderful space for all of us. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Commissioner Spiegelman. everyone has really been effusive in their praise for Briar Bush and for this space, but nothing, it wouldn't be the space that it is without the staff who are here and who do the work to keep the lights on and to keep the classes coming, the children here, just to keep everything moving here at Briar Bush. And I'd like to introduce Mark Fallon, who is the director of Briar Bush Nature Center.
Thank you, Liz, and welcome to everyone. Welcome back to most of you, I think, have been here so many times before, and that's what we hear, time and time again. These stories of multi-generational families enjoying this space, and we are so thrilled that folks of all mobilities and abilities are going to be able to access all of the key elements of Briar Bush at this point. And again, that's thanks to really a village that is here this morning. I want to definitely give a shout out to the Public Works and Parks departments here at Briar Bush for all of the thank you. Just the immense amount of on-the-ground work that they did, and just beautiful handiwork that they did to accomplish this wonderful improvement. And so I'm excited to share it with folks and walk around a little bit. I see so many smiles on faces, and I think that's not a coincidence. As several of us have been saying this morning, nature is essential. It keeps us happy, it keeps us healthy, and we want to make sure that everyone in our community has access to that health and to those benefits. And so I'm thrilled to continue offering that to the community. And finally, I just want to thank my own team here at Briar Bush. Without them, none of this could happen as well. So thanks to all of them. And thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Mark. And I would now like to welcome Leah Delvecchia, who is the president of the Friends of Briar Bush Nature Center. Again, the Friends of Briar Bush are instrumental, and they were instrumental in this project, raising $30,000 for the completion of this. So, Leah?
Thank you. Good morning. I have been on the board since 2019. I was switching careers. I had been in environmental education for 10 years and I needed to stay connected. And Briar Bush has been my place to do that, and I am so fortunate to have found it and to have gotten involved. So on behalf of the Friends of Briar Bush, we are thrilled to support these upgrades to the Briar Bush Nature Center. Thanks to the generous support of the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, and through a shared vision for access, equity, and sustainability, these upgrades improve accessibility of Briar Bush to accommodate visitors who come here to learn, explore, and connect with nature. This project has been a wonderful example of what collaboration can achieve. I'd like to offer sincere thanks to the Briar Bush staff for conceptualizing and seeing the project through, the Abington community and the Briar Bush members, donors, and volunteers, and to our partners at Abington Township, particularly Public Works and Parks, whose expertise and hard work brought this plan to life, and to the Township administration for assistance in navigating the grant process and their support throughout. I've already seen this place full of children learning, including my own, and I look forward to seeing it well used and well loved for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Leah. So this project literally couldn't have been done without township staff who did the work and the labor and gave over $170,000 worth of their time and effort and equipment into making this possible. I'd like to welcome Mike Jones, Director of Abington Township Public Works, just to say a few words.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
See, everybody else started out with a history. I grew up in this neighborhood. I went to Highland School. My kids went to Highland School. Now my grandkids go to Highland School. So we've always enjoyed this little treasure as field trips from school. At least twice a year, Highland would walk across the street. This project was a little bit out of our comfort zone for the Public Works Department. Myself, Angela, who's behind us, Tim Clark, who is recently retired, started coming together 4 years ago, looking at the plans, looking at what needed to be done, and then eventually scheduling and coming up with a timeline that was going to work. When we look at this project, there's probably not a better example of interdepartmental cooperation than what we see here. From the new entrance up top to this outside playing area, the ADA accessibility, converting an old garage into a pavilion, the walkway down to the bird observatory, and even further down the trail to the demolition of the old house that was down there, and the construction of the butterfly pavilion down there. I like the opportunity to highlight the Public Works Department and the awesome workforce we have and the amount of talent that we have there. This project brought together park maintenance, facilities maintenance that did all the carpentry work, the highway department that did the asphalt work, the concrete work, the signage, the thermoplastics on the ground, traffic signal maintenance. Our electricians were in rewiring the wiring for the pavilion. Construction services had a huge part in the job with the demolition and the construction of these ADA trails that go down to the bird observatory and the down from the dead end into the butterfly pavilion. And even wastewater treatment was on the job with some of their equipment. So this job brought everything together in our township, and the outcome is awesome. And I'm sure that, and I'm hopeful that my great grandchildren, a good bit down the road, will also be enjoying this little treasure. So thank you.
Thank you, Mike. And finally, I would like to welcome Jessica Foley, Director of Abington Township Parks and Recreation, because Briar Bush Nature Center is part of our Parks and Recreation Department. Jessica?
Thank you all for being here today. When I moved to this township years ago, this was one of the first places that I came to. And now, since having children, my children have taken part in camps here, have volunteered here. So it's kind of been one of those, niche places that we always, want to come back to. Now my kids are older, and they seem to think that they know all the animals here, but they don't. So it's really been kind of one of those special places, and it's great that it's just so close to home. So I really want to, express my gratitude to DCNR, all the elected officials, the township staff, for helping make this possible. When I first became Director of Parks and Recreation, this was really the first project that I kind of jumped in on, that I was working on. And it really was wonderful to witness the collaboration of so many different departments and entities coming together for the same purpose. I'd like to thank Danielle for your support in helping make this possible, as well as Mike, Public Works, Parks Department. We have Seamus and James, who were instrumental in helping this project as well, for everyone's hard work and dedication. This project has already improved the lives of so many that have come to visit, and I'm sure it's going to continue to have a positive impact for years to come. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Jess. And we've reached the end of all of our speakers. So thank you, everyone, for your patience and for giving us everyone here a chance to speak about Briar Bush, because obviously we all love this place. And so I again just want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you for all of the hard work that has gone into this transformation that has made Briar Bush Nature Center more accessible, more welcoming, and more ecologically sustainable, and a space that better serves the community for those improvements. So, thank you very much.
Very good.